This week, the biggest donation we've ever received arrived at the Manor, and it's found its new home alongside our beautiful square grand piano in our music room, and I cannot wait to show you what it is. We also hosted the first weekend of our Narnia Christmas afternoon teas. We have another 2 days coming up this weekend, and today I thought I would share with you a few of my decorating ideas that I used to make the afternoon teas extra special with a Narnia theme. And we also picked up some exciting new treasures from the auction. Now, you know, if you've been following us, how much we love to find treasures at the auction. So I cannot wait to show you what we picked up this week. And don't forget, if you're enjoying our videos, make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Ladysmith Manor Diaries, to ensure you see all our videos when we first put them out. But first, let me show you what we've been up to this week. Obviously, as our Christmas afternoon teas this year are Narnia themed, I wanted to create a few things for my afternoon tea tables that really reflected that theme. So I thought I would share a couple of my ideas, which are, one of them in particular is super easy. Now, whether you're doing Narnia as a theme, maybe you're not doing Narnia at your house, but it's definitely an idea that you could use for all sorts of different events. And it involves teacups, which I don't know, if you know me, you're probably not surprised. But I decided to make these little teacups for each of my afternoon tea tables, but to add them with a Narnia theme. And super simple. I took my teacup and I just filled it with the florist foam, which you can get at the dollar store. It's very cheap. Cut it up, put it inside, added a little bit of moss on top. And I wanted it to feel like that kind of the lamppost wood feel. So I added the moss, and then my lampposts, if you remember, I bought these actually for ornaments on my tree. But I ended up doing was actually just hot gluing a toothpick underneath, inside the bottom of it. And then it will then stick into and stand upright in the florist foam. Very super easy. Now, I had bought some fake snow that I was gonna add on, and then I realized I'd used it elsewhere. So I actually ended up using icing sugar. So I just added a little bit of icing sugar on the top to make it look like snow. And each of my tables now has one of these teacups on a couple of books as kind of part of the centerpiece, which I just think is really cute and easily could be done. So whether you're using a lamppost, you could put, you know, a Santa or a Christmas ornament or anything really. Just a really super simple Christmas idea that you could add to your tables for decoration. And then the other thing I decided, as I always do, is we always do menus for our afternoon teas. But again, I wanted something to be very Narnia. So I ended up printing my menus two-sided. So the first side gives you the afternoon tea and the menu and all the yummy treats that you're going to get. And I just used the backdrop of the lamppost. And then on the other side, I found a really cool kind of Narnia collage that I printed on the other side. And then I folded it into three and then used a wax seal. So this is a wax seal that I actually bought online with our logo. And then I just buy the wax from Michael's that you use with the hot glue gun. Put a little on, and then you just stamp it with the wax seal. And you get this really nice finished effect. This is one that hasn't been opened. And I'm using those on each of my plates. So when people arrive, they get their menu. And then the last thing, and this is the first time we've ever done this at our afternoon tea, we decided to do a little bit of Narnia trivia. I'm a big fan of trivia or questions. People like having something interactive. So what we have done is we created this trivia. It's got 14 questions, and each table has one of the cards. So during the afternoon of their afternoon tea, they can go through all the questions. They can fill out the answers on the back, and then we are doing a draw of everyone who enters. and gets the answers right, obviously. And that will be done at the end of all. We've actually got 4 afternoon tea sessions this year. So at the end of that, we're going to do a draw and someone's going to win a prize. So just a few things. And again, you could do this for your family Christmas. Do something fun where everyone gets a little trivia game or maybe some questions to answer. It just gives people a way to interact, break the ice, especially if it's a group of people that perhaps don't know each other very well. But just a very, very simple way. I just themed it obviously with my wardrobe graphic, and then I just went online and found some questions and answers about Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe in the Narnia book. But just some very simple ways that you can create something special for any event. But for us, it's for our Christmas afternoon tea. And so I am now, in the next couple of days, finishing all my tablecloths, laying my tables with all my plates. So we have everything ready for Saturday when our next group of guests will be arriving for our next afternoon tea. And fingers crossed the weather improves before the weekend, because it's looking a little bit like a winter wonderland right now. We're always really grateful for any donation that is given to us here at the Manor. And this week we were donated something a little special. It's probably one of the biggest things that we've ever been donated, and it's going to have a very special place in our music room. Just look at this amazing organ. This was donated to us this week. It's in such great shape and such a beautiful piece with the wooden carving and the ornate pieces on the top. It's the perfect piece for the Manor, and we've decided that there's really only one room that it can go in, and that's our music room. And we're thinking that maybe we'll make a bar out of it. It seems like a fun piece that would look really great in there. So we're still thinking of options for that, but we thought it would be just a really nice additional piece, feature for our music room. We've decided that we're going to put the organ here in the music room. It seems fitting for it to go into the music room. But currently at the moment we have this gorgeous green unit in this spot. So we're going to move it over to the other side of the music room so we can fit it in. But the first job is to empty it because it is full of teacups. And this is where we're going to move the green unit to. So next job is to clear out all my silver teapots and to move this unit. And with the furniture now moved, it was time to bring in the beautiful old organ and place it in its new home. And just when we thought we were done, we decided that the green unit didn't look quite right. And so we moved it and put the black one back again. When One of my favorite parts of our afternoon teas is when everyone gets to choose their own teacup. So what we do is here on the front, we put out a whole selection of different teacups. And I've got lots. We probably have over 120 now, different teacups. And it still amazes me how many different designs there are. Unless we get a set, it's rare that we get doubles. We will always find that most of our teacups we get, and we get a lot donated to us now. They're not doubles, they're all different. So I don't know who designs all these teacups, but there is a lot of different designs out there. So what we do is I put together a selection. So I pull out, and it's usually random. So I don't always have the same ones out every time for every afternoon tea. And then when people come in, they get to choose whichever design they like or attracts them the most to use for the afternoon. And I always find it so interesting to see who picks what, which designs go and which ones are left. But it's a fun part of our afternoon tea. So right now I am just getting this Saturday's teacups out and getting them out on the side here. So when everyone arrives on Saturday, they will be able to pick their teacup. We're always excited when we find new old treasures to add to the manor. And this week we've got a couple of new old treasures that we have picked up, which I'm really excited about. The first one is this amazing replica ship. I actually have been I've been looking for a ship like this for a long time, and sometimes you have to be quite patient with auctions. We have a budget, we have a certain amount we'll spend, and often they go higher than we're willing to spend. So it's taken us a little while, but I finally picked up this one. It says the Flying Cloud 1851. And it's just perfect. I think this is going to be just a fantastic addition to the pub. I'm going to put this on one of the shelves, I think. I just love it. So that's our first addition to the manor. The second one is actually one that is for the library. It's one that Stephen found. It's the Illustrated London News of the Coronation in 1937. Now, it's the coronation of King George VI. And in this book, it tells the story, and it's got these amazing pictures, and they call them color plates. And inside you can see these, they're just beautiful pictures, and it basically tells the story of the coronation. It's got the different queen consorts, it's got pictures of the carriage. Just really, really interesting. And also the fun thing in here, it's also got different adverts. So you can see at the beginning, there's here, mansion polish, brilliance for the happy occasion. The old and the new Westminster Hospital, £200,000 is needed. It's just really fascinating to look back and see. Long to reign over us, the directors and staff of Hoover Limited, manufacturers of the world's best cleaner, are proud to associate themselves and send their heartfelt congratulations. The Hoover, it beats as it sweeps, as it cleans. I just love it. So it's just such a fascinating read, and it's got so many amazing photos and pictures in that this is going to be going into the library, and I just love it. It's one of those things that you can curl up with on a chair and a nice cup of tea and spend hours looking through. So this is really, really a fun piece to add to our library. So I'm excited to get it up there and actually have a little bit of time to read through. But if you come and stay at the manor and you're here and you're in the library, you'll have to keep an eye open and have a look through, because it's just a really, really interesting book. So those are our two finds, our new treasures that we're adding. As always fun to find something a little unique and a little different. But I think these are the perfect addition to the manor. I don't think my playing is very good, to be honest, but it's a fun thing to try, even though it doesn't sound too good. But the organ now has found its new home, and I think it's gonna be perfect in this corner. I'm gonna work on adding some decor and some, I've added a couple of these little candles onto the candle side, the LED candles, but I think it's gonna be a really nice addition to our music room here. And if you're coming for our afternoon teas this weekend, you'll have to come in and have a look at it, because you will be the first to actually see it in person. But we're really excited. We've got, I think it's 62 people coming Saturday and Sunday over the 2 days for our Narnia Christmas afternoon teas. We loved seeing everyone last week, Saturday and Sunday. It was such a fun weekend. Thank you to everyone who came. And we are, like I say, really looking forward to doing it all again this weekend. But and then the following weekend we have our music at the Manor, but we are almost sold out. I think we've got 4 tickets left. So if you have not got your seats for our Candlelight by Christmas on the 14th of December, you can head over to the website and pick them up. Like I say, only 4 seats left, and then we're sold out of that. But we will be releasing, I keep getting asked at the moment, I know that we find that our afternoon teas and some of our Christmas events and some of the other events we have in the year sell out so quickly that people are always asking me, when will we be releasing tickets? Well, we'll be releasing tickets for 2025 at the end of December, going into early January, depending on the event. So if you're not on our email list, make sure you jump on there. We send an email out once a week, and we give everyone on that email list the first opportunity to book tickets for all our events, and we'd love to see you here at the Manor. We have obviously our summer market, our Christmas market next year, but we'll be having lots more things at the pub as well as here in the Manor. So we would love to see you. We still also do have some tickets for our New Year's Eve event, which is going to be fantastic. We have a live jazz band, we're going to have whiskey tasting, wine tasting, fabulous food and drink. It's going to be a really great and very fun evening. So if you'd like to join us for New Year's Eve, we'd love to see you, and you can, again, I'll put the link in the description below. Well, I'm going to get back to work. I've got to finish getting all our tea tables ready for this weekend. And if you're coming this weekend, we look forward to seeing you. If not, I will see you back here next week for our next episode of the Ladies with Manor Diaries.